Happy Mindful Monday. So today we're going to be doing two different practices. We're going to be doing a breathing practice and we're going to be doing a loving kindness practice. So the breathing practice we're going to do is extremely simple. This is the type of meditation I use. And I like to just phrase it as close your eyes, breathe, and feel. And by feel, I mean having your attention on body awareness and what your body feels like in this moment. Any subtle sensations, you're going to notice spontaneously different sensations arise and pass. Feelings of pressure or tension or warmth or coolness in your feet, in your hands, in your legs, in your neck. And the loving kindness practice we're going to do. Another name for loving kindness meditation is metta, M-E-T-T-A. Basically what it is it's a sort of wishing for good intentions, for love, for happiness, for joy, for peace, for yourself and others. Usually in the phrasing, may I, or may you. For example, you might say, may I be happy, may I be safe, may I be at peace. Or you can think about other people. May you be happy, may you be at ease. Those kinds of things. So before we get started with the breathing practice, I'd like to just add a little lesson beforehand, just to keep in mind throughout the day, throughout the practice, throughout your life. Often what happens is our mind is in this default mode, also known as the default mode network, which basically means it's the default mode for our mind when we're not specifically focused on something. For example, work, something that really holds your attention. When we're not in those modes, our mind, the background noise is just thinking. Thoughts appearing, disappearing. Thoughts that may bring to mind and bring to your body certain emotions you feel. You might be thinking about what you want to eat for dinner. You might be thinking about something that went well at work. But unfortunately, most of the time, the default mode is usually negative, also known as the negativity bias. Through evolutionary reasons, most of our thoughts by default tend to be more negative than positive. This makes sense evolutionarily because the way we were programmed, the way we evolved to survive, was to detect threats in our environment. So our mind is used to searching for something negative, searching for threats. And this is a survival instinct. But fortunately, these types of things can be changed. These are just the defaults. So through practices of gratitude, of loving kindness, of different types of meditation practices, etc., we can train our mind to be less negative and less lost in thought. So let's get started with this breathing practice. So the first thing we want to do is to set our environment. We want to set our environment up in a way to reduce the number of distractions that could interfere with the practice. So you want to find a place where you won't be disturbed. Maybe a place that's private. And just finding the ability to ease into this meditation practice in a way that isn't shocking to the system. That isn't, I'm in the world right now, and then all of a sudden I'm going to be in my brain inside. That's not the type of approach we want to have. We are always having this awareness of the external and the internal. So I invite you to find a comfortable posture with your back straight. And you can gently close your eyes and try to keep your head straight, not too down, not too up, just straight. And you can soften your jaw. Any tension, you can just soften your jaw and your cheeks. See if you can feel the difference between a jaw that's clenched and a jaw that's relaxed and loose. And see if you can soften your shoulders and your neck while still keeping a straight back. And just begin to take some breaths. You can breathe in your nose and breathe out your mouth. And just really feeling the breath. Feeling the belly expand as you breathe in. And the belly deflate as you breathe out. With mindfulness of breathing. Just asking yourself, what does it feel like to be breathing in this present moment? Just feeling the rising and falling of your chest and your belly as you breathe in and out. And anytime you notice a distraction, simply come back to your breathing without judgment. Back to feeling your breathing in this present moment. And just observing the breath without judgment. And anytime you notice a distraction, simply begin again. What does it feel like to be breathing in this present moment? What can you feel as you breathe? Can you feel the coolness of the air as you're breathing in? And the warmth of the air as you're breathing out? Not controlling the breath, just observing it. Just observing what it feels like to be breathing. And then for a moment, just trying to pause. And whether you were lost in thought for 2 seconds or 20 seconds or a minute, without judgment, each time you're distracted, coming back to the mindfulness, the feeling of breathing in this present moment right now. And as we slowly transition out of this meditation, just having one more cycle of breathing, of in and out right now, completely focused on just that. And as you begin to let go of your breath, just trying to connect with the feelings of your body and notice how you feel in this moment. And you can begin to gently open your eyes, very gently, very gradually, and just observing in this moment how you feel. So feel free to just let go of your breathing and just coming back to the mindfulness awareness of the present moment you're in right now. You're not anywhere else. You're not suddenly, you were in the inside of your mind and now you're in the world. You're in that same space where we can observe the internal and the external. This is the field of awareness. This is your consciousness. And I'll just have a quick lesson here talking about judgment. And once again, the fact that we can now realize of this default negativity bias of our mind. We can understand that if we have a lot of judgmental thoughts, there's nothing wrong with us. This happens with everybody. But once again, having hope, because this is the default. This can be changed. Our minds are very malleable based on what we do, what we practice, what we pay attention to. We can reshape the structure of our mind to be more positive and present. So what often happens is our mind tends to judge ourselves and tends to judge others. And I think a great way we can break this spell is to catch when we're judging others and then understanding how that has implications for not judging ourselves. It's two sides of the same coin. So next time you notice yourself judging someone, just ask yourself, even if I have truth to this judgment, how useful is this? What's the point of this? Is this even worth holding on to? Is this worth my time and attention? What good is it doing if I'm spending this time judging someone else? Also, the mind that's judging this other person is the same mind that judges myself. So if we can break the spell of catching when our mind is judging someone else and let that go, that same mind, the next time it goes to judge ourselves, might not want to. So we can break this spell of this default by seeing when we judge someone else and turning that into kindness, into forgiveness, into non-judgmental observation. So in the same vein, let's do this love and kindness practice for a moment. So before we get started, I'll give you a quick example of how this practice goes. So first, I'm going to bring my awareness and my concentration and my intentions on sending well wishes to someone I care about. So this is a quick example. So I take a deep breath to get started. And then I'm going to say some phrases in my mind. But I'll be saying it out loud so you can hear it. And I'll be thinking of my family. And I'm just going to send some well wishes to them into the universe. And I'm going to be thinking about them. May you all be happy. May you all be safe. May you all be at peace. And as I'm doing this, I might even picture my family. Maybe at a family reunion, all of them together and as happy as they could possibly be. And I'm going to be saying those phrases. And after each phrase cycle, may you be happy, may you be safe, may you be at peace. After 3 phrases like that, we're going to take a deep breath. All right, so I invite you to join me in this metta loving kindness practice. So once again, like before, being in a place where we won't be disturbed, sitting with a posture with dignity that's straight and upright, but not too tense. And you can gently close your eyes. And picture a group of people together, of people that you love and care about. And picture them as you're saying these phrases, being as happy as they could be. So once again, having a good straight posture, taking one deep breath to get started, and making your exhale long. And as you're picturing these people you care about, you're going to be saying phrases in your mind. You can even say it out loud to get started, but almost like a soft whisper. And just seeing them in your mind and saying, may you be happy, may you be safe, may you live with ease. And then take a deep breath. A long exhale. And another cycle. May you all be happy. May you be at ease. And may you be safe. Another deep breath. Long exhale. And now, we're going to be reflecting to ourselves and saying some phrases for ourselves. And this might feel uncomfortable because our minds aren't always used to being nice to ourselves. But even if it feels uncomfortable, I invite you to really connect with these phrases for yourself. Now picturing yourself as if you're looking at yourself from above, looking at yourself right now and saying to yourself in your mind, softly in your mind, like a whisper in your mind, may I be happy, may I be safe, may I be at peace. Let it soak in as you take in this breath, deep breath. Once again, long exhale. And once again, looking down at yourself and saying in a whisper, may I be happy. May I be safe and healthy. May I live with peace and ease. And soaking that in on your next breath in and breathing out through your mouth slowly. And now you're going to picture yourself with all of those people you care about and love. Take a deep breath. Looking down at yourself and the people you care about. And saying some whispers in your mind. May we all be happy. May we all be at ease and peace. And may we all be safe and healthy. And soaking this in for all of them, including yourself, breathing in and breathing out. And as we start to end this practice, focus on your heart. Focus on your chest. And trying to soak in any feelings in your chest. If you feel any tingling or warmth or pressure. And taking one last deep breath in and deep breath out. Feeling the love that you just spreaded in the universe for others and yourself. And you can gently open your eyes. One last deep breath with a long exhale. And I hope you enjoyed this practice today. So we did mindfulness of breathing, of feeling the breath in our body, and we did a metta, or loving kindness practice, of sending well wishes to others that we care about and ourselves. And notice if there's any lingering feelings in your heart after doing that loving kindness practice. And just soaking that in. And if any of this was difficult for you, that's normal. Because this is the default. This is the opposite of the default. Our minds are used to being negative and judging and being distracted. But you spent this time today focusing on yourself, focusing on your intentions, what really matters of kindness and love, and honing in on this concentration with the breath. So you can use these tools at any point in your day. And I wish you a great rest of your Mindful Monday and a mindful week until I see you next time. Thanks and take care.